Hello and welcome to our show this week. I haven't been Acre in a while, but for those of you who do remember me, I need no introduction. But for those of you who don't, I'm Garrett.
And you may remember my awkwardness from a couple shows ago. I'm Jaden.
In this week's show, Kyle checks out a play where everyone sings and dances.
It's a musical.
Jamie checked out the sport of Colorado, hiking, and Mari slid on down to a new ice skating rink.
If you are a junior, then you are required to report to the auditorium during your Access, Advised, or ICAP lessons tomorrow or today.
Seniors, if you are interested in applying to Pikes Peak Community College, a representative will be here during November 21st.
Are you applying for a job, college, or scholarship? DECA is hosting a free development career workshop on Wednesday, November 20th at 3 p.m. in the Business Lab Room A2212.
Do you like getting gifts as for Christmas? Well, so do children in other countries. Operation Christmas Child Boxes brings them gifts, and if you want to help, look on Instagram, Palmer Ridge FCA.
What a mouthful, but now let's get on to the main event, Ridgeline news coverage.
Starting the show off, Kyle headed down to the theater to show us a joy of plays where people mostly sing and dance most of the time.
It's a musical!
The fall musical is quickly approaching. Let's take a look at what the Bare Necessity Theater Company has done to prepare for it.
Every day after school, the cast and crew of Into the Woods meet for rehearsal. Rehearsal begins with snack time, and then the actors meet on stage for warm-ups. The actors run through both speaking warm-ups and singing warm-ups. After warm-ups, the actors run through the show, practicing their lines and actions.
I'm a man now.
You're still a little boy in your mother's eyes.
In addition to the actors on stage, the crew members work to prepare for the show. The lights crew works to focus lights, and the sound crew organizes microphones for the actors.
The most difficult part about this show is probably the music. It's pretty old, so it has a lot of moving parts, and it's a lot more complex than a lot of the music we've done before.
Although the show has its challenges, the cast and crew of Into the Woods put on a great show. If you missed it this year, be sure to check out the spring play or next year's fall musical. For Ridgeline, this is Kyle Ketchel.
Just as always, our school musical is a Broadway-level production. Thank you, Kyle.
Colorado, to many, is one of the most beautiful states. Jamie went hiking near Monument Rock to see some of the beauty our state has to offer.
Here on Monument, nature is one of our coveted features that gives us one more thing to enjoy in our daily lives. But as winter is fast approaching, the days are getting shorter and the weather's getting colder. These next few days may be our last few days to enjoy the fresh air of fall before we have to bundle up for winter. Monument has many small trails hiding around in all of its nooks and crannies. While not all trails will be as big in size as the rest, they all hold a certain draw that you need only a short travel outside your own front door to experience. With fall drawing to a close, our time gets shorter to enjoy nature, while the weather outside just barely requires a light jacket. When the weather is still enjoyable, we should all take a moment to get outside and enjoy our town to the fullest until a ruthless winter is sure to coop us up indoors. For Ridgeline, this is Jamie Kerr.
Those are some rock-solid reasons to get outdoors. Thanks, Jamie.
Strapping some blades onto the bottom of your shoes and going on ice and hoping not to fall is not what I call a fun time. But Mari headed down to Acacia Park, an ice skating rink in Colorado Springs.
Recently, an outdoor ice skating rink in Acacia Park just opened. Let's go check it out. Acacia Park hosts Skate in the Park each year in downtown Colorado Springs. Skate in the Park is open daily from mid-November to mid-January. This is a great place for families to spend time together.
Skating outside, that's a real treat, especially in November when it's still warm out and you can have a little bit of like just being out of doors and then being on the ice. Both of those together, that's a real treat. So it's nice to be able to start the holiday season with fresh air and doing some stuff outside.
Skating outside in the heat is a great experience. Here you will see children, teens, and even adults skating. Visit this rink as soon as possible before the warm weather is gone. The rink also provides skates for a small fee if you don't own any. So next time you're bored, head over to Acacia Park. For Ridgeline, this is Maudie's Miranda.
Okay, so maybe it is safer than strapping some blades on shoes, but you won't find me doing it anytime soon. Thank you, Mari, for that slick piece.
Was that our last news piece? Well, I guess it was, but Ridgeline would not be complete without our weekly weather. What do you got for us, Anissa?
Thanks, guys. For this week, it looks like we might have some snow showers and colder temperatures. Let's look at the satellite images. From storms on the west coast coming in, we might have some near storms in the future, but for this week, we'll have some cloud coverage. Now, on to the 5-day. Starting off the week, we will have temperatures in the mid-50s but drop midweek. With some mostly cloudy skies, we'll have a chance of snow on Thursday. Well, that's the weather for this week. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you for the weather. Let's hope it comes just as you predicted. Now we have a boatload of pictures.
This semester, an AQR carnival was a fun place to be at, and here are a couple pictures to prove it. AQR is a fun way to get some students out of the classroom and just have a good time. This may look like just some carnival games, but it actually gives students in that class a real statistic. And Dr. Bram looked really like he was ready to hit the green.
A couple weeks ago, we hosted our first Veterans Day Assembly, and here are some pictures from that day. This was a time to thank those who served our country with honor, both returning and non. Mr. Mole got a picture with one of the veterans and the students that attended.
Lastly, but certainly not least, we have Mr. Gordon's class out launching some rockets, and Mr. Frost's class with his best class yet.
This is a selfie stick. Maybe a dead meme of the past, but guess what? Not to us. So whenever you see these in our hands, we're going to take a picture and it's going to be on Ridgeline. So make sure to smile for the camera.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope you all are watching. Have a wonderful week ahead of you.
And I hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving break. Goodbye.
Bye.